This is Tom Blair with Inside Colorado Wrestling, down here at Colorado Mesa in Grand Junction, speaking with head coach Chuck Pipher. How's it going, Chuck?
Good. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for coming down to 15th Annual Steak Crab Fest here in Grand Junction.
Looks like you got a good turnout with the number of people here.
Yeah, you know what? Over 1,000 tickets sold. A lot of good people here, a lot of corporate sponsors. Bank of Colorado is our big corporate sponsor, and Jeff Franklin down at the bank has just been awesome to us the last 5, 6 years, 7 years, and we couldn't do it without him. And the Mitsushima family helps us a ton with this, and then all our coaching staff, and then of course both men's and women's programs are part of this fundraiser as well. And like I said, we sold out all of our pre-sale tickets at close to 1,000. And it's a pretty awesome event we've put on here.
And you got lucky with a very nice day out. A little wind, but not too bad. Sun shining.
You know what? We were watching it all week, and so it said 40-50% chance earlier in the week, and then as the week went on, it was dropping, and it sure could ruin a good time if rain comes in. We've had that happen once out of 15 years.
So that's not bad. A good turnout, good weather. So that makes for a good fundraiser, and letting all the people meet your wrestling team, both the boys and the women's program. So let's talk about the men's program right now. You're in your 33rd year as coach. Is that 33 years here at Mesa?
No, I'm in my 15th year here at Mesa. Started the program in 06. We started basically they dropped the program in 1991, and then in 06, 15 years later, they decided to bring it back. President Foster and the administration here at Colorado Mesa and all that, and it's just been a great thing for the community. And then 3 to 4 years ago, I think the women's program are in their 4th year. We CMU women's program, and we work great together, and great group of kids and coaching staff there help a lot. And 33 years. I started out with Coach Moses, my first year as a grad assistant with him in fall of 89, 90, and so it's been a long time, and who knows where we're at.
Speaking of Doug Moses, he just retired from coaching down at New Mexico Highland. Do you have any plans in the future of retiring?
Oh, it's hard to say right now. It's probably getting pretty close. I would say, year, 2 years. We've got a great coaching staff. Coach Mendoza's with us, and the future plan is to, Coach Mendoza to come in and, take over here in a year plus, whatever it winds up being, and we'll see how it all shakes out. But I'd say by the, end of 2022, somewhere in there, could be the time.
Okay. Speaking of your coaching staff, tell us a little bit about Mike Mendoza, and who else do you have on your coaching staff?
Well, Mike Mendoza, he came from Northeastern just presently, or just lately, I should say. He was at Northeastern for 2 years. Great man. Was the head coach and coached at Cal State Bakersfield for 14 years, and was the head coach the 8 latest years he was there. And then, as we all know, he went to Boise, Idaho, and after 8-9 months of being there, they jerked it right out from under him. So, he wanted some solidity to his family being here, and when we called him and got him here, and Grand Junction's a great place to raise your family in that, and I think we impressed him enough here that he decided that this is the place he wanted to be in, and he just has really brought a lot to our program and doing a great job here. Okay. Also, we've got right now on our coaching staff, we've got Tim Romero. He's an alumni, wrestled at in Broomfield, not Broomfield High School, but
Mountain Range.
Mountain Range, there you go, Mountain Range. And got a bunch of Mountain Range boys there with Todd Sandman and all that. And I was thinking Legacy, but that's where Mike Thompson is. We've had some boys with him as well. But anyway, Tim and Pat Romero both wrestled for us, and Tim is finishing up school, and he's helped us for his 2nd year. Also, we have my nephew that's helping us out, Bo Pipher. He's with us right now, and we got some other guys in there that has helped us throughout the years, and that too. That the Jordan Pacell and some of those guys as well.
Now I understand Bo, like you said, is in your program helping out. I also heard that he still has 1 year eligibility left. Possibility he might step on the mat.
No, I don't think so. I think that's a done deal. Yep, we're done there, and I don't see Bo continuing on. I think 5 years was enough for him, and he just was, put his heart and soul into Penn State, and is ready to get on the coaching tour a little bit, and he's gonna add a lot to us here at CMU.
How's the transition going with him from a wrestler to a coaching position?
I think he's going to do well. There's no doubt it takes a little while. I mean, he's still relatively young, 5 years, and we have some guys that are in their 5th and 6th year and really could be older than him. But, guys respect him. He's doing great. He doesn't hoop and holler in that, and I think the guys respect where he's been and what he's done.
Okay. Let's talk about your squad and incoming freshmen and who you have for returning kids.
Our returners right now, Donnie Negus is a returning All-American for us. He's a super senior for us, his 6th year. And Donnie's, we're just really, glad to have Donnie for another year. And then, you look at our 4 and 5 year guys, you got Nolan Crone that's in his 5th year. You've got Seth Latham that's in his 4th year. You've got Colin Metzger, I want to say he's in his 4th year. Could get another year with the COVID year as well. Next year, just depends on where he's at. And then got Kean Apple that wound up placing in the regional. And these are all guys that placed high in the regional last year that, could really make a mark this year. And those are some of our, returners right there. We've got some other returners in the lineup. In fact, our varsity could be pretty dang close to what it was last year, except for Fred Green at 165s, of course.
You got a couple other guys, Nick Gallegos and Eric Contreras, that could also possibly step in the lineup.
Oh yeah, Nick wrestled for us at the regional last year at 157s. We see him being at 49s this year. Got Ryan Wheeler out of Washington. He wrestled at 149s last year. They're probably swapping weights, looks like, Nick and Ryan. And so they did a great job. You got Gabriel Carranza that wrestled heavyweight for us. Those guys were all true freshmen last year that wrestled for us. So, kind of a weird year, as everybody knows. And those guys are those guys are going to fill in there and be great for us.
Okay, let's talk about your incoming freshmen.
Incoming freshmen, we got the Baumgartners, that we're really excited about. We got Colton Strait out of Rocky Mountain. Real excited about Colton. Orrin Huff, is gonna. All those 4 guys signed early for us last fall, and we're looking for good things from those guys. They're great. All 4 of them are great students, all up in the 3.8 to 4.0 students out of high school, and they're just class act kids right now that we're really looking forward to them. And that's just a few of our freshmen. We've got probably 15, 16, but those are the Colorado kids right now. We have some other Colorado kids as well too.
So you got a squad of what, 35 kids?
We're about 42, 43, somewhere in there is what we started out with. So
it looks like a good, exciting year. What's your schedule look like?
The Wyoming Open has moved, so it's right after Thanksgiving now. So that's moved, so that's a little bit different. We've got our Open November 13th that we'll have, and then, right before Thanksgiving, we'll go to Kearney Open, do some things there. Then we got invited to the National Duels, so we're going out there. Both our men's and women's teams are going to the National Duels, so that'll be exciting for both our teams to travel together.
Where's that being held?
That is in Kentucky. So I'm not sure the town of it, but that is in Kentucky. And then, we've got some going to Midwest Classic out in Indianapolis. That'll be right before Christmas is when we're going to Indianapolis, and the National Duels are right after Christmas. So, got a good home run. I think we got 5 to 6 home duels along with our Open. I think it's going to be a real good schedule for us. And then we host the regional as well. We hosted last year kind of in a last minute deal because of COVID, and we could actually handle the tournament and be able to space everybody out like we needed to. And then this was our year to actually host it, so we were able to host that.
I'm going to have to make it down for that weekend, huh?
There you go. I would think so.
Yeah. What do you think about the competition of the other RMAC teams and also the other Division II teams in Colorado?
Well, which a lot of that's one and the same there. Mines is always tough. He's been putting a good, tough team on the mat for 3 and 4 years, and Western is always battling. They're always in the tops, and they've won the RMACs in the past 3 and 4 years, 5 years maybe. CSU Pueblo's tough. Adams, they always put, all those teams always put good guys on the mat. So it's always, it's hard to say how it goes. But I would say the top of the heap from, when I look at lineups right now, that Mines would be in the top there. We've got to be sitting right up in there with winning the RMACs last year and returning 9 of those 10 guys on our team. And, Western is tough too. I mean, they beat us in an early duel last year. So, no doubt. Pueblo, Mines, Adams, just all good, solid teams here in Colorado.
Are you kind of happy that Kearney's not in there anymore?
Kearney is not in the
regionals.
They are in the regional.
Oh, they're in the regionals.
They're in the regional. In
okay,
fact,
but they're not in RMAC.
They're not in the RMAC.
Okay.
Exactly. Yep, they're not in the RMAC. And we gained Fort Hays this year as well in the RMAC, or in the regional. So, because with some movement back east, they wound up putting Hays in ours. So, some new teams, which is good. They brought in some new teams into the Division II, and so with Hays, they're out of it. I mean, they're back into our regional.
So, I mean, I look at some of the other regionals for Division II, and your region is one of the toughest one I've seen with a number of teams out there.
Oh, you bet. I mean, you look at, St. Cloud is always tough. I mean, they're at the top there every year, and you've got, there's a lot of teams in there stuff. And who knows, there were some good teams that didn't even wrestle in the Nationals last year because their college pulled out. San Francisco's been tough over the years and getting tougher with Jason Welch there. Shadron is always good out of the RMAC and out of the region. And, Fort Hays is going to bring some new fire there, and then Simon Fraser as well. But, looking around there, St. Cloud is tough year in and year out for sure.
So, with you thinking about retirement, you're going to do the same thing that your brother did, Andy, and build a cabin up in the woods?
Anybody that knows us knows that we don't sit around too long. I got 11 grandkids and another one on the way, so I'm sure I'll be chasing some grandkids. And we do a lot of building between us. We do a lot of building, and he builds cabins, and frames up the shells on those a lot, and I do a lot of cabinets and that, and so we figure out a way to stay busy. There's never a problem there.
Yeah. Well, good luck in your season. Glad to be down here, down in Grand Junction, and best of luck for this season.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate you coming down and taking the time to come and visit with us.